Well, if you missed all the late night tamasha and drama in the AIADMK that stretched into the very, very early hours of today, let's refresh your memory. Fresh trouble brewing within the AIADMK faction led by Sasikala as over 20 Tamil Nadu ministers held an emergency meeting late in the night on Monday to discuss the possibility of a merger with the party faction led by former State Chief Minister O.Panneerselvam. Here's what happened late in the night. It got everybody completely off guard. There had been murmurs of a possible peace deal, but here's how it actually began.
The political turmoil in Tamil Nadu is nowhere near the end. On Monday's midnight drama, over 20 AIADMK ministers called for an emergency meet to discuss the party's future. Hinting at burying the hatchet, Tamil Nadu Finance Minister Jayakumar openly acknowledged the possibility of a merger between the warring OPS and EPS factions.
காலையிலே திரு ஓபிஎஸ் அவர்கள் ஒரு கருத்தை சொல்லி அந்த கருத்தின் அடிப்படையிலே எங்களுடைய மக்களவை துறை சபாநாயகர் அவர்கள் ஒரு கருத்தை சொல்லியிருக்கிறார்கள். ஒரு வரவேற்கத்தக்க கருத்து. நிச்சயமாக நீங்கள் எதிர்பார்ப்பது போல கழகம் ஒற்றுமையோடு இருந்து தமிழ்நாட்டையும் சரி கழகத்தையும்
Already facing the heat for not dropping the tainted minister C. Vijay Bhaskar, trouble escalated for the party's Deputy General Secretary TTV Dinakaran. Earlier on Monday, Delhi police has filed an FIR against him for allegedly bribing the poll panel officials over the two-leaf symbol. In a last-ditch effort, Dinakaran has sought special permission to meet Chennai in Bangalore jail. As all AIADMK MLAs are expected to meet in Chennai today to talk over a possible merger, the big question remains, will it be the end of Sasikala and Dinakaran from the party? Bureau Report, India Today.
Using the hashtag Chennai churn today because it totally captures what's happening in that city. There is uncertainty over whether this peace deal will really work out. If you're on Twitter, use the hashtag, tweet me at Shiv Arur. I'm going to be reading out your tweets over the next couple of hours because there is a huge amount of interest and speculation over what's going to actually go ahead. For instance, I have already a couple of tweeters. Ravi Raj, who says, parties, people and all don't want the Manargudi mob in Jaya's chair. Tamil Nadu returns to its progressive path as soon as they'll be outed. Another user called Bush India says, peace deal won't work out. Sasikala has strong 31 MLAs as her supporters. She gave them tickets. So lots of people already nice, bright and sunny, up early on a warm day in Chennai, where Akshita Nandagopal is live with me. Akshaya Nath is live with me. I beg your pardon, Akshaya. What's going to happen? You know, when is this peace meeting likely to take place? Can you take us through what we're expecting to see specifically? There's a bit of confusion over, you know, when it could happen, how it will happen. Do we have any clarity?
Well, Shiv, it's a $1 million question because the kind of political turmoil that we've been seeing here in the state, right from the beginning, we've heard EPS faction, that is the Edapadi K. Palniswamy, Sasikala faction saying that anybody but O.Panneerselvam can join them. And now we're seeing the same faction talking about how they want to go and merge with O.Panneerselvam. And if O.Panneerselvam still has an intention to merge with them, they're open for the idea. And last night, when most of my colleagues and I were out there, we've noticed that they're talking about the two-leaf symbol and how they want to bring in that. And you know, Shiv, one important factor that we have to remember here, the only thing that both the factions have been holding on to is the two-leaf symbol and the Amma sentiments. And now that's exactly what they're playing out again to get back together. But how long will it take and what will be the repercussions of that will also be taken into consideration. O.Panneerselvam, we know that, was the Chief Minister of the state, and when he was asked to step down, that's when he had reacted against Sasikala Natarajan. And now if a merger happens, will O.Panneerselvam be made the Chief Minister again? Or will Edapadi Palniswamy be the rebel who moves out of the party? These are all expected turmoils and expected developments here. We don't have a clarity on what will happen next because all these days we were thinking that it was a calm after the long storm. But now we're realizing that the storm is still going on and the infighting is still continuing, Shiv.
Amazing. I mean, the fact is, this is the ruling party of Tamil Nadu, and there is still so much political churn. Anup, what are your sources telling you? You've got the EPS faction, you've got the OPS faction. There is a sense that whatever peace deal takes place, it's going to be disadvantaged to the Sasikala faction. Sasikala, as well as, her nephew, TTV Dinakaran, who's already in police trouble right now. What are you hearing, Anup?
Shiv, what you said is the blow has been dealt from the capital, which has happened now because yesterday the Delhi police have registered a case against Dinakaran. This is where it starts. And as you know, both the leaders, both the factions of OPS and EPS are holding secret palace. But the question is that it is the finance minister, Mr. Jayakumar, who is taking the lead to persuade Mr. Dinakaran on this to step down and also agree to a formula which will suit that both of them coming together. So that is one of the reasons that yesterday, though he was in Bangalore, he did not try to meet Chennai yesterday. But late night what we got was that he has sought special permission to meet her, and maybe after discussing with her, only a formal decision will be taken. But as we understand is that there are still many loyalists of Dinakaran as well as Sasikala, and it is not going to be so easy that they come to terms of both the merger is going to take place, because there are possibilities, because one of them as far as Dinakaran is concerned, he is not interested, he doesn't want
Absolutely. Dinakaran doesn't want this merger at all. He feels that his power comes from the conflict within the AIADMK. But what's going to happen next as far as the party that MGR and Jayalalitha built is concerned? What's going to happen as far as this peace deal? Remember, over the last 60 days, and I was in Chennai when it actually began at the Jaya Samadhi with OPS sitting there. What's going to happen next? Well, here are a couple of scenarios. Sasikala and Dinakaran quit the party posts under pressure, and the Sasikala faction merges with OPS. AIADMK is simply united again. That's a unique and ideal scenario as far as the party is concerned. Scenario number 2, the Chief Minister, that's Panneerselvam, and the rest of the MLAs merge with EPS. Well, EPS and OPS claim the AIADMK and party symbol, and this completely leaves out the Manargudi people. Scenario number 3, Thambi Durai, who is a Lok Sabha MP, Vijay Bhaskar, the only big leaders with Dinakaran, and loyalist Sengotian are in a complete dilemma. What are these people going to do? What are Thambi Durai, Sengotian, etc. likely to do right now with this merger? Scenario number 4, bid to bribe the Election Commission charge against TTV Dinakaran helps OPS's case to get that two-leaf symbol. Team OPS becomes the real AIADMK. Could the man who began it all by sitting in protest at the Jaya Samadhi early in February be having the last laugh? And finally, scenario number 5, the Sasikala camp splits. Dinakaran walks out with his MLAs. The Dinakaran camp supports the DMK, and Stalin becomes the Chief Minister. Remember, the DMK has pretty healthy numbers already in the Tamil Nadu Assembly. Could they be supported by Dinakaran in one outlier scenario? Scenario number 6, Dinakaran walks out with his MLAs. Palanieswamy recommends the dissolution of the Tamil Nadu Assembly, and there are fresh elections in Tamil Nadu. This is in many ways a nightmare scenario. Tamil Nadu had elections last year. They certainly don't want elections once again this year. I want to go straight across to Nolan Pinto joining us live from right outside the Bengaluru prison where Sasikala has been lodged since the middle of February. Nolan, TTV Dinakaran is in the city where you're in right now. We don't know where he is. There's a little bit of a mystery about where he was staying last night, some hotel somewhere. But is he meeting his aunt today? What is the schedule?
Let's put it this way, no one knows where he is, no one knows what he's planning to do. We were here outside the Parapana Agrahara Central Jail, Shiv, throughout the entire day yesterday. It was told that he would reach somewhere in the afternoon. Then we were told that he would reach in the evening. He did not come. We spoke to the prison authorities and they said that time's up. There's no, visitors are not allowed for Sasikala, that is his aunt. Now there's talk that most probably he might come and visit her this morning. But with the developments that took place in Tamil Nadu, especially in Chennai last night, there is talk over here that he might not come and visit her. Considering the fact that there's also talk that the Delhi police could be on their way to Bengaluru in order to sort of issue summons to him and question him, there is talk that he might not come over here because it would be extremely foolish of him, or maybe extremely gutsy of him, if he actually comes to visit his aunt. If anyone's in his position, he would try to lay low as much as possible, maybe trying to get anticipatory bail, and also maybe try and fix the problems that are going on in his own state, in his own city.
Absolutely. I mean, pretty amazing. The Deputy General Secretary of the ruling faction of the AIADMK is in Bengaluru, and there is, lack of clarity on where he's staying. He's been named in a very serious FIR, the Bribegate scandal, as we're calling it, in the media. And yet nobody knows where he is. He spoke to India Today's Akshita Nandagopal yesterday first, long before any other channel. But now he appears to be, moving around. Nobody knows really where he is. This is not usually the case. He visits his aunt at the Parapana Agrahara, where Nolan Pinto is reporting from. But when is that going to happen? We don't really know. When is he going to be going back to Chennai? If that peace deal is going to be happening, is he not going to be going back to Chennai anytime soon? We'll get you all those updates here on India Today. Serial political turmoil in Tamil Nadu not going to stop in the foreseeable future. And a massive blow to Camp Sasikala. Her nephew and RK Nagar hopeful TTV Dinakaran, remember yesterday, was booked in that cash for symbol scam. A whopping 1.3 crore rupees was seized by the Delhi police from TTV's apparent or alleged aide in Delhi, Sukesh Chandar. Somebody who TTV Dinakaran says he has nothing to do with, he doesn't even know who he is. Is TTV Dinakaran's arrest now imminent? Take a look at how the cards fell for TTV.
The dirty fight for Amma's legacy. Voters bribed, polls postponed, a legacy in tatters. With Amma gone, her loyalists are now in a massive corruption soup. While Sasikala Natarajan is languishing in prison over a disproportionate assets case, her nephew and RK Nagar hopeful TTV Dinakaran too seems poised to follow in his aunt's footsteps. In an FIR filed by the Delhi police, Dinakaran has now emerged as the man behind the massive RK Nagar cash for vote scam.
From the possession of Shri Chandrasekhar, rupees 1.3 crores in cash have been recovered. A case under section of 8 of Prevention of Corruption Act, 170 IPC and 120B IPC has been registered and further investigation is on.
And here's the man that led the trail to TTV Dinakaran. Middleman and history sheeter Sukesh Chandar. Delhi police reportedly recovered a whopping 1.3 crores in cash from Chandar. Police sources claim Chandar had promised to influence the Election Commission to ensure that the coveted two-leaf symbol is accorded to Team Sasikala. Dinakaran, desperate to win the war for Amma's legacy, allegedly was to pay 60 crores to Chandar to ensure the EC decision swings in his favour. With the money transferred through Hawala operators in Delhi via Kochi, Delhi police soon came knocking on Chandar's hotel door.
Sukesh Chandar was picked up from Hotel Hyatt, where they also found cash recovered of 1.30 crores, 1.3 crores recovered out of a deal that was cracked between 50 and 60 crores. These two luxury sedans were also seized.
His aide in custody, Dinakaran, soon emerged crying foul.
Person whom I ever met or whose name I ever know is telling my name and all. I have to know from the police also. If they summon me, I will go and answer them. Even I want to know. I am very eager to know who is that Sukesh Chandrasekhar.
as AIADMK warring factions are heading for a possible merger, and the aunt-nephew duo of Sasikala and TTV Dinakaran may be sidelined in a bid to save Amma's legacy. With Akshita Nandgopal in Chennai, Shalini Lobo in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, two things about Sasikala Natarajan that we can never ever let out of our sight. One, she is basically the chief of the AIADMK. She may be sitting in the Parapana Agrahara prison in Bengaluru as we speak, but she's the one calling all the shots. But with this big peace deal that's going to take place expectedly in Chennai today, does it mean that Sasikala is simply pushed out of the picture? Is she stripped of all her powers as far as the AIADMK is concerned? Chennamma is no stranger to the Bangalore Central Jail. She was kept in prison there in 2014 and now is serving a jail term of 4 years there. Sasikala, or once a big kingmaker in Tamil Nadu politics, is now living a very ordinary prisoner's life right there, resorting to yoga, meditation and very simple meals. Here's a look at Sasikala Natarajan's life, always a reminder of how the powerful and rich can be levelled after her Supreme Court acquittal. Here's what life's like in jail for Sasikala.
Bengaluru's Parapanna Central Jail has been in news since AIADMK General Secretary Sasikala Natarajan became the VVIP occupant of cell number 9234. The India Today team spent a day near the prison to know how the jail's Kaidi number 1 spends her day there. Sasikala's cell number 9234 is on the first floor of the prison, where special security has been deployed and is under constant observation. A typical day for Sasikala begins with a cup of coffee, followed by yoga and meditation for an hour each. Sasikala has an appetite for ragi balls, which she usually takes for lunch, but her favorite is lemon rice. Late Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha was a voracious reader, and as she would pass her time reading while she was in the same prison in 2014 after being acquitted in disproportionate assets case. But Sasikala prefers watching political news and teleserials. Sasikala is a silent person in the prison. She is a very good listener and observer of things. Since she knows only Tamil, her interaction with others is minimal. Sasikala had dreamt to take over the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister's office, but her life for the next 4 years is now being confined to the walls of Bengaluru's Parapanna Central Jail, the same jail that also held her in 2014. Bureau Report, India Today.